Welcome back, folks. The FACEIT Season 2 LAN Finals from a very loud, very packed Milan Games Week here in Milan, Italy. Going into Map 2, iBUYPOWER obviously wins in triple overtime. So we got a winner and a loser, very tense match. Your team captain, how do you fix both sides of that? How do you reset?
Well, I mean, you just got to always try to look at the positives. So for iBUYPOWER, it's that they're up 1-0. They have a chance to close it out. They played a very good game on Dust 2 earlier today against Dignitas. So they probably feel pretty confident right now. But, I mean, the pressure is still on them in the sense that if he goes to cash, then they're going to be fairly big underdogs. For LDLC, I mean, the thing is they should have never even been in that game. They were down 3-13, and at that point it should have been over. So, I mean, it's still a very good effort for them. And like I said, the longer these series drag on, the more it favors the so-called better, more experienced team. So, I mean, if I'm LDLC, I'm not too worried. And
now let's jump in. Dust 2 is the second map. Let's kind of get into this. So, thoughts on the map and with this matchup?
I think this is this was the map I thought actually iBUYPOWER had the best chance on, is Dust 2. I thought Inferno, LDLC are very good on that map. And we saw there, they were able to push and get so many rounds themselves. So I think, like, in a weird way, even though iBUYPOWER's up in the game, I feel like they have pressure on them now, because this is actually where you have to close the game now. You have to try and win on Dust 2 and just win 2-0. Because if you let the LDLC team win this map by whatever score, and it goes to cash in a third map, and now your advantage is gone, I feel like that's where their problems that they've had over and over will rear up again. I mean, even in the game they just won here, they can't be super confident with it, because it was the same old movie we've seen play out from the iBUYPOWER guys again and again, where they get the lead, and they're doing awesome, and someone's fragging super great, and then suddenly he tails off, they fade a little bit, they don't close it. This time they did. This time they just hung around long enough to close it out, but they know their own problems are there. It's just as the strengths are tied into the weaknesses in a weird way with that team. So I feel like for iBUYPOWER to win the series, it has to be like a strong, confident win now and just close it on Dust 2. And so Dust 2 is a good map for them, and sure. I'm not sure how good LDLC will actually be on Dust 2, but I feel like there will be pressure on iBUYPOWER here.
Gotcha. And your thoughts on it?
Well, I think to be more precise, I think iBUYPOWER relies on their CT side. They got 12 rounds on Dignitas after being down 2-0, and they're just not a very creative terrorist side team. They don't, to my understanding, they haven't practiced that much. So I wouldn't expect miracles from them on T side. So they got to get a lot of rounds on CT side, and that's going to rely a lot on Skadoodle's up, and just, I mean, Swag was kind of quiet on that first map, and they were still able to win. So that's someone to keep an eye out on.
Okay. All right, well, the players are ready. Our casters are ready. NBK and nothing. Take it away, gentlemen.
Did Scoots just call me NBK?
Yeah, I guess.
I know I forgot my beard trimmer and stuff, but it's not quite the beard K right now. Okay, he fixed everything.
He loves us either way, and I'm looking forward to this match right here. Both teams have a lot to offer on Dust 2 with their sniper abilities. SmithZz has been playing excellent for LDLC. Skadoodle could go off. I'm curious to see who's going to start CT side first, because both teams are very good on the defense here.
You know what? I mean, Thorin said it, I think, really perfectly there when he was talking about how they need to close it now, and also that he felt like they had the best chance on Dust 2. That's like exactly how I felt as well. I wasn't expecting them to do quite so well against LDLC on Inferno, and so now we have like a ridiculously intense game. We already had obviously it play out to be so intense, but now massive stakes. They have a really legitimate chance to just take this semi. Yeah, it's crazy.
And normally I'd say in this case, when you're playing against a team who, like LDLC, who overall is a better team, you would think you want to kind of play more composed, but I think iBUYPOWER should bring that confidence over into this map and stay trying to just bring it to firefights and win those firefights, because if they let LDLC dance around the map too much, it could get tough.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm just hoping for more of the same. If we get triple overtimes again, so be it. I'm prepared to just lose my voice. I'll destroy my vocal cords. It's fine. I'm good for that. Yeah. And it's great to see that both teams were able to show that level of focus and endurance as well throughout that, because triple overtimes are pretty intense. How do you even approach that as a player? I mean, as a team, if you're calling and stuff like that, do you just go with what works? You know, what is the approach?
No, yeah, I mean, it's you have the metric from regulation play. Right. So you go into overtime, and you're both so aware of what each team did that it's just a mind game at that point. when do you take the risk? When do you play conservatively?
So it's kind of like a elaborate rock, paper, scissors
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. And I think that Inferno game could have went either way. Very tight situations there in the A-bomb site and those in the end of the half.
There were so many moments in that game that just, there was that one moment that apparently, we're going to go into the knife right now, but there was that one moment where I think it was at the end of the second overtime when the bomb was about to go off.
Oh, and they got MB.
And they were like, apparently they were already celebrating. Because I remember watching that and we were like, wait a second.
Yeah.
They're taking their time about this. It's like the bomb is about to explode. And apparently they didn't realize, like they just didn't coordinate who was to defuse it. So they just barely got it in time because they were already celebrating.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome stuff. So into the knife we go. And both teams looking to start on the CT side. It's, as it is a bit of a T-sided map, I think Devilwalk said it really well. It's how did he put it again? It's like it's a T-sided map, but CT is the favorable side to start on. I think is the way that he phrased it basically. Like it feels better to start on CT. What's your opinion there?
I kind of agree because you kind of can grind out that defense and establish kind of a repertoire for the map because now CT side is viewed as harder, but you see a lot of teams now winning their CT side. 10-5ing, 11-4ing, like they 12-3 Dignitas. I think if anything, I think this is going to be a CT-sided game here.
Yeah.
So I think it actually puts the pressure on the team who starts CT side first to have a bigger half. Because, both great sniper teams. If the T-sided teams can control the money, I think that's their only chance because the snipers are going to dominate this game.
All right, so tell me, from your knowledge of iBUYPOWER and everything, tell me where are the problems going to be for iBUYPOWER, but where are also the strengths going to be found for iBUYPOWER?
Well, I think the problems for iBUYPOWER are going to be on their T side, finding gaps. LDLC is going to have a move around the map a lot, and I think the strengths for iBUYPOWER is their CT side just in general. Just being able to, they move around mid really well. Skadoodle's at A, so I think the key here is going to be Skadoodle, to be honest. If he's getting those picks as they come off catwalk at A, they're going to have a lot more success. If he's missing those shots and LDLC is able to get in the bomb site with high numbers, it's going to be hard for iBUYPOWER. So I'm curious to see how the snipers are going to perform this map.
Earlier, we saw them play Adust2 earlier today, and it was against Dignitas. It was a pretty easy match for them. I think it's like something like 16-3. It's pretty easy, but something that was notable was they had a lot of aggression, very aggressive rounds, up middle, short control, dark takes, and also just dark takes from lower and also from upper. So they're very aggressive. Was this something that is this common, or was this a read that they had?
On CT side, iBUYPOWER is doing a lot of tunnel.
Just a lot of general aggression, mid tunnels, everything.
Yeah, well, I think that helps too because it forces them to kind of make a quick decision, and I think iBUYPOWER wants to make it down to those gunfights. I really like that aggression.
Is this something they do against your team as well, or do you think it's something that they have to they read the team, they assess it, and then it varies a lot?
Honestly, I feel like they're throwing a lot more random into the mix this event compared to normal. So versus our team a lot, I think they stay at home a lot when they play us, and they just spread out at A. Skadoodle's at the car, Day's CT spawn ramp, Steel and Big Pit. The other AZK and Swag are going to be B. So I think you're going to see that setup a lot still, but I actually didn't watch their game earlier, so maybe we will see a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really interesting. I'm very curious. And they are just setting up the server, and that's what is causing this minimal delay. And how are you enjoying the event so far? I mean, it's a bit, there's chaos. It's a bit of chaos. Some people, I love the chaos. Do you thrive in the chaos?
Yeah, well, I mean, in this game, the sound is already kind of vague as it is sometimes. So with all these noises, it makes those quick plays very ideal when you just run up and get in people's faces. I think sometimes it's a little obnoxious to hear the loudspeaker, but in general, the event itself is cool. Italy Games Week, there's always new games here. You can go check it out. Unfortunately, I've only been on this floor.
Yeah.
So I've only walked around here.
Too.
That seems to be what happens in these conventions. You have to focus on what you're doing. But it's a lot of fun. Yeah, how about you? Did you try any games out here? I see like the new Call of Duty booth is about half the size of the whole building over there.
I'm not allowed to leave this room. This room is I don't
just
leave
confined.
this room.
They give you meals every 5 hours.
Exactly, yeah. I just have to stay here.
Yeah.
They got me on a short leash. It's just I just cast, and that's what I do.
So I feel like in this downtime we should be playing a game. Like, do we have a Twitter account here that they have a feed at over there?
Well,
can we do predictions on Twitter?
Yeah, at FACEIT.
At FACEIT.
At FACEIT.
Send us your predictions at FACEIT on Twitter.
What are you on Twitter? If you want to follow
C9 nothing. Yeah, shameless plug here.
nothing.
C9N0THING and follow DDK. That's correct.
Oh, I was going to refuse, but you did it for me.
No,
That's
I'm
very
doing
nice.
it, baby.
That's
Let's go.
I'm terrible at something myself, but we're into the match. LDLC versus iBUYPOWER after the most thrilling of openings on Inferno. Aggressive pistol opening from LDLC on the CT side. Already finding some angels. Ooh, NBK with a nasty tag. Gonna slowly back away.
2 guys. Wow. NBK and kioKing both down to under 20 HP.
And they know everything right now. shox with that push, but the push is coming in from iBUYPOWER in turn. They're picking up 3 quick frags. In comes one from shox on the flank. Bomb trying to make its way up long. It so far is progressing. It will get itself over there. Tossed over crossover. shox makes his way around. 1 on 4. Already dinks down to 12 health. In comes the nade. Only 3 damage from that grenade.
Wow.
And he will actually go down to the pistol of AZK. So good opening for iBUYPOWER on the T side. And this was where you said they would struggle to pick up rounds, or maybe find this could be where they would have the problems.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully they don't try to go to middle again. shox with that scout. I'm hoping iBUYPOWER has learned from their previous matches, and maybe they are, it looks like.
Oh, it's coming back to me now. That one round with shox, he got like 4 or 5 tags with the scout on Inferno. And so far they are avoiding him. They have a good presence in the upper dark at the moment and a very defensive posture towards a longhouse. So waiting for LDLC to get a little bit curious, but curiosity killed the Frenchman. So that's the I don't know. Either way,
might kill the American here if Skadoodle peaks too prematurely.
Here it is. They wait for the smoke.
He knows that jump is happening.
It's really methodical here from iBUYPOWER.
Taking damage though, steal.
Oh, and they actually get the pick finally. Very well done. Oh, wow, that is one for the Ragdoll Olympics. Here
Happy's
goes
playing
Happy.
smart here with the CZ. That gun is like a lawnmower close range.
And very well done to eliminate the use of the scout, really. It hasn't come into the round as a factor for iBUYPOWER, generally speaking. And 4 versus 2 now for iBUYPOWER. They've only lost Steel. Swag and AZK are quite low, though, but SmithZz and kioShiMa are going to go for that save, or maybe to get some positions, angles on some exits, perhaps. As we do have iBUYPOWER off with a good start. And it's certainly going to be difficult for LDLC to get their economy going, especially after this investment.
Yeah, I think, let's see here. iBUYPOWER, Skadoodle's going to be getting an op pretty quick here, and I think, I wouldn't be surprised if LDLC bought CZs again to try to take some of these guns away from them early.
They have been known to do this. They love to keep the pressure up, even taking massive risks to do so, to keep the economy down. They're very confident, and we are going to see some CZs, but no armor and nades, so just a light amount of investment from LDLC. SmithZz there with the Molotov, and having picked that up from the previous round.
iBUYPOWER run the spread again. I like that they're taking long quick again, because versus the scout, generally the scout floats around mid, and they kind of leave the extremities of the map more open on these eco rounds. So I like that they're taking pit quick. Now with Steel and Big Pit, they got the whole rail clear. That pretty much tells them that the defense is playing more towards the catwalk. So watch for iBUYPOWER to use a lot of nades right here on catwalk and try to clear it out pretty methodically.
NBK and shox there with him. Just chilling up on the short approach. And a nice little defense there from Swag as they try to find themselves an angle. This is beautiful movement from iBUYPOWER. They've got everything coming, moving as a unit. Happy to go down as NBK drops down to CT spawn. Looking for the one taps. Gonna find a dink as kioShiMa gets taken out by AZK, and still only lost swag. They've sustained some damage, but the weak players moving to the back, and the strong ones taking the fights. It's cycling them in, and shox has picked up an AK. It's definitely a dangerous, always dangerous. shox with that AK.
Yeah, I think he's going to play pretty conservative here. He probably wants, they're low on money. He probably just wants to get a frag or so here.
shox.
He's spotted. Is that swag?
Is a predator at the
Swag's
moment.
Dead.
Great kill there from shox to take down DaZeD. They know where he is. He is going to fall. But a little bit of damage done, a little bit of extra cash picked up from the frag. And we are going to see a 3-0 scoreline there for iBUYPOWER, as there's a low economy buy from LDLC with the M4s and a light amount of nades, and actually shox able to stick to the birthday suit.
It's a great start by iBUYPOWER.
So DaZeD can go for the timing pick, won't find it.
He shot pretty high there. I don't know what he was shooting at. Let's see. Steal. Close mid doors quickly.
Looking for something at the moment, but not all that much is showing. A very defensive round from LDLC. 3 men on B. They get the push coming into upper dark, and they don't see all that much. Only one player. They win the position more or less. Steele managed to work his way up middle. This is actually looking quite scary now for LDLC. Forced on the defense in the site. Steele only picks up 1 frag though, and they are stuck outside. The bomb has made its way up to upper tunnels as SmithZz does wait on the corner. And it's going to be very hard now to break in, as LDLC are all over this. They know what's happening. Despite not seeing the bomb, they are slowly boxing them in. And oh wow, DaZeD with 2. Great. That's going to be the bomb down. Unbelievable. How did LDLC lose grip at the site? NBK going to be coming in, takes down 1, but that's all he's going to find.
Huge round there by DaZeD. I'm not sure why. I don't know who was in sight for LDLC, but I don't know why he decided to stay exposed like that. He could have easily hid under the bomb box and let the tunnel guy spot his window. Instead, he got killed first. Bad position there by LDLC. Now they're forced to save again. Great start here by iBUYPOWER. Things are looking good for them.
They're punishing all the small mistakes. And Skadoodle going for the peak. Great shot there. NBK hits the ground as they go 1 man up. It is just CZs though for LDLC. But they can get pretty messy, these CZ counter rounds, as they are just going aggressive all over the shop. shox is sitting on the site there, and we'll see SmithZz make his way up short as they do compose themselves on the last 2 players for LDLC, but they've only found 1 frag, so limited damage. And Steele makes his way up long, and the bomb going towards B at the moment, and Steele actually might just lose this AK, and that could be a nice pickup for LDLC. shox is ready for this. He hasn't heard very much. He's just flicked to his knife. I think that sound cue was detected, but not quite sure where it came from. shox not looking the right way, and oh goodness, Steele takes down both of them.
I was waiting for him to stand up there. I'm sitting there. So are they going to get any ops, SmithZz? What about shox? Yep, double op setup. So this is what LDLC has been waiting for. We'll see how iBUYPOWER chooses to counter it.
The flash and shoot from SmithZz is incoming.
I'm thinking some kind of late mid B is going to happen on iBUYPOWER's part. Big pick there. Wow. I'm not sure. Skadoodle might have been partially blind there and just decided to take the shot.
SmithZz does that almost every time he challenges mid. So if iBUYPOWER have been studying their LDLC demos, that's definitely an easy pattern to pick up.
Yeah.
And it's SmithZz not able to react quickly enough. So already a man down, and they're going to push long actually. NBK's in a very nice position. They've already spotted him though. No frags for NBK.
He's frustrated.
shox is going to have to come out huge with the AWP. Happy as well. kioShiMa's on the case. And iBUYPOWER slowly but surely edge their way in. Just playing it by the book. They have the smoke down on crossover. shox has just a slight gap there to work with, but not going to connect the shot as LDLC make their way back, further back towards B to try to keep those weapons alive. And They pick up the orbs, or they retain the 2 orbs for now, but it's not really going LDLC's way at the moment.
Great kill by Happy there.
So where is it all going wrong for LDLC, do you think?
Well, to be honest, that mid pick obviously hurts them early. I think they've only really lost 2 real gun rounds now, right? So the other ones are kind of these forced buys. So see, I'm not quite sure what they're going to be doing on the defense. I really like how iBUYPOWER is playing. They're not doing anything too antsy. They're splitting A. That's the age-old A crunch right there. Take long first, put the pressure on them. Swag had cat stairs control, so they essentially knew that all of the LDLC guys were either in the site or on the spawn elevator. They threw the Molotov in sight. They smoked the crossing, covered all their bases. Swag was able to kill their flanker, and round was won. So if they could keep up this type of methodical play, and again, great entry frag here. They're trying to take the long. If they can get one more kill. And it looks like this is probably going to go iBUYPOWER's way again. I don't see LDLC recovering with such low guns unless shox does a shox play here.
Yeah, this is looking very bad for LDLC. They're 1 man down. One of the remaining ones has a FAMAS. kioShiMa is edging his way onto long for the retake here, but is he able to pick up the bomber? That's a good smoke. Oh, and the peek comes in.
Great shot
That'll
there.
be the frag.
Yeah, I mean,
7-0.
iBUYPOWER is rolling with the momentum. They're rolling with the shots. They're hitting their shots. And I think they're just keeping it simple, which I like to see. They're avoiding getting picked in middle. They're staying away from the early picks, and they're just working the extremities. Taking that long, controlling that B tunnel. Swag is doing a good job of just staying tight upper B tunnel, staying home, and letting them know if they're there. Last time they did that upper dark push, LDLC, Swag was able to stay alive and kind of let them know, hey, take A. There's 2 guys in B tunnel. So it's a good job by iBUYPOWER.
They are playing a lot tighter than they were against Dignitas, actually, iBUYPOWER, stepping it up even more as they progress through the tournament. And I mean, they're looking great here. If they make the finals, no one would have ever imagined that. What a story, what a redemption story there for iBUYPOWER. Either way, they are working towards the A split at the moment as AZK is pushing himself towards the A long house. So they're moving back up middle, so options still open as they're trying to look for the info. shox resting over by CT spawn. They do have a crossfire potential should they spot some traffic towards middle, but it is to be the A play from iBUYPOWER.
So this is still going to be tough with the weapons LDLC has to hold this. iBUYPOWER is still got a Molotov. They're going to throw it in the site. They're going to be able to have everything clear. I see no reason why they shouldn't check the goose right here.
There goes the pop flash though from Happy.
This is all timing right here. If Happy chooses to peek too early, he's dead, and they're going to have a...
Happy's going to get challenged. The bomb tries to go down immediately
Wow.
before they've cleared their site. That's a massive mistake there. 2 players going down, and that's one they're going to regret as LDLC relying upon kioShiMa might just have a chance to take this round back. That's the one nice frag there from kioShiMa, and he gets the second as well. Oh, they didn't check.
I'm not
Graffiti.
sure. Yeah. I mean, Skadoodle, he makes a lot of, he makes his money by getting those quick shots there, but I don't know quite why he ran around the corner so hastily. He probably could have taken it angle by angle, and I think they call it slicing the pie there in the military.
Oh,
right?
yeah?
So I think
I have not heard
got a
that.
little ahead of himself.
I like that. Slicing the pie.
One piece at a time when you peek.
That's actually awesome. You have to steal that. It's brilliant. All right, so 7-1 LDLC putting himself back on the board, but a lot of money to play with for iBUYPOWER. There goes the pick. Skadoodle. That was the do or
I like
die.
to see it. He's not getting scared even when he fails on that clutch. He's staying to his guns. He's sticking to his chops. He's getting the big picks. SmithZz now trading the op frags here. Back to a 4-4. Skadoodle's low, though. So the advantage is with LDLC right now. shox has a good position behind the smoke here to get a frag. He's going to get one.
shox on 7 health now as they make their way in. Skadoodle still less swag. Actually going to apply some pressure on the flank from B. Oh, they've got no idea, but is he going to be too late? Disappear through the smoke, and swag is going to be a non-factor, but 2 massive kills coming in from AZK. kioShiMa on the retake now, combined with SmithZz, as swag is alone in CT spawn. Once again, a 1-on-2. Once again,
It's going to be a tough angle, especially if SmithZz decides to jump spot him.
Swag checking every corner as methodical as possible, but he's going to find himself in the reticle dead center of SmithZz, and that's going to be the frag. So LDLC is starting to hold on, and can't help but think back to that one moment where they just got a bit too quick for the short plant, perhaps. Either way, there's no looking back now for either of these teams. We have Skadoodle still on that AWP, SmithZz on the AWP as well. And SmithZz taking it towards B now, and Skadoodle with the timing here. Gonna look for the frag, so aggressive. Oh, he's so reliable though. Skadoodle does take down NBK.
I love to see it, man. I mean, he knows LDLC doesn't have a lot of weapons, a lot of guns. He's got that off, one-shot kill, takes the angle, and gets the shot off here. If they can throw the right nades here and keep LDLC away from getting SmithZz on them, they could win this round pretty easily.
They have lost long, and the threat for that A play is there. There's 3 of them left now getting picked, having to move a lot, LDLC. It's hard for them to stay in one place. So much ground being covered by iBUYPOWER. In goes the push there. The entry from Steel. Lovely spray. Finds the connection onto Happy's head. SmithZz though, holding it down. He's got kioShiMa rather to back him up. And as the flash goes in to help kioShiMa get into the mid challenge. But kioShiMa, it is do or die. Oh, they didn't see SmithZz. He's just rattling off that AWP from behind. SmithZz with 2 or 3 missed shots. Back through the smoke. How is he alive? How is SmithZz alive? Gonna back away even further. But
wow.
This is starting to look like LDLC is falling apart a little bit. It's not looking too confident at the moment.
Yeah, their swagger doesn't look like it's quite on point right now. I think they need a save. They don't need any P250s. They don't need any CZs. They're still going to buy them, but I don't know if I agree with that. They need these ops, but I guess if they're not buying too many nades, they can still afford them. But money's important for them right now.
Here we go. We have ourselves NBK up on short. Not much in the way of support though from middle, but he is going to try to find some heads regardless. But that PT50 rather. Just tapping away. Not the connection found though. Swag going to get him dead. That AK finds SmithZz as well. The aggression's not happening right now. This is beautiful for iBUYPOWER. Stunning work with the anti-eco. And shox goes down as well, clean. That is a lot of money in the bank. That's like a around 15, 16K in the bank there.
See, this is kind of the opposite of what I thought would happen, and I guess that's what the pistol round momentum can do sometimes, getting those going up 3-0. I have a good feeling for iBUYPOWER this game if they can keep this up, because their CT side, in my opinion, is their actual stronger half. So.
Yeah, this is certainly incredibly worrying for LDLC. This is the test of a champion, though, that you've got to be able to bring yourself back in mentally as an individual and as a part of a team. And so far, LDLC being put through the greatest of tests, as we have iBUYPOWER up 7 rounds at the moment, 9-2. As iBUYPOWER work this middle angle, looking for the picks. Oh, he spots just a slither, just a tiny pixel there, SmithZz. And down one player again and smoked off. A minute to play with. Lots of options there. Happy gonna remove 1 from the round. That's actually an advantage now for LDLC. Although iBUYPOWER making their way in for the B split. In they go. AZK picks up the kill. Skadoodle picks up 1 in middle as well. That's going to open up a very nice... actually, maybe there is no time to plant. There is shox. He's going to jump straight through the window. Goes for it. Gets the bomber down. And Skadoodle left in a 1-on-2 clutch situation. Let's get flashed off there as he makes his way around the big crate. That's the pistol going to work on NBK.
Close. That could have been dangerous if he got that kill. Whips out the op and shox could have been dead. So great play by LDLC there. shox did that to us so many times. You'll see him at the B bomb site when the terrorists take it. Just make a very quick, no hesitation decision to run through the window there. And, you know, I think it's good to do that because a lot of times everyone expects such a orchestrated retake.
Right,
and
right.
when you come in with that surprise with no grenades, you really catch people off guard. So it's enjoyable to see him making those decisions.
So 3 FAMASs for LDLC. a French weapon for a French team.
Yeah.
And Skadoodle still on the orb, shox on the orb, and Steel with the pick already. That's not good with this much time left in the round. Happy's looking to equalize here, and he's not quite going to find a connection. A little bit of damage done to Steel. As kioShiMa is behind the smoke hit. And iBUYPOWER work their way around the map, trying to find picks. They know that LDLC are anxious to try to get this evened up, but so far they are remaining passive. NBK going to be challenged on long, and LDLC are going to be looking at an A aggression. shox has to come out huge here. He's got to keep the pressure. Oh my God, Swag takes him down with just no response. NBK with 2 frags.
DaZeD didn't hear the call, I'm assuming, because his teammate just went down right behind him. 2 versus 3. Skadoodle is going to get aggressive here.
kioShiMa gets the frag onto Skadoodle. Steel with the response and Swag with the finish. iBUYPOWER 10-3.
I like to see it. I mean, iBUYPOWER is not wavering on any peaks. They see the enemy, they take the shot, and I like to see that lack of hesitation right there. Big plays from Skadoodle, big plays from Swag, big plays from AZK. DaZeD doing a good job keeping everyone composed. iBUYPOWER is looking pretty dangerous right now.
Really in their element at the moment. Here comes the quick push. No nades, it's a dry push straight into that site, into that long area. But they have to remove NBK once again. Steel going to jump in. shox takes him down. And this is actually proving more difficult than in some previous rounds. LDLC with a very scrappy buy. The SmithZz in play at Deagle. Only 2 rifles. Certainly looking very good now. shox with 2 frags. They're holding it down. NBK going to take down Skadoodle. That's an easy hold in the end.
That's a huge round, actually. If you're stuck with 3 rounds going into second half, much less pillowing, especially if you lose the pistol. Now, even if they lose the pistol, they have a chance to get that eco round win and bring it back in the same manner that iBUYPOWER has done. So if LDLC could get this round, that's a huge slip from iBUYPOWER. So we'll see if SmithZz could save them once again.
It is all about the SmithZz and LDLC SmithZz in with the aggressive push upper dark. Misses the shot. They're going to be fast on his angle, and not just him, but it's Happy to fall as well. kioShiMa laying in bullets through the smoke, connects nothing, and this is another disaster here for LDLC. That support was there to just in case SmithZz missed a shot, but the support died instantly as well, and that's going to be an 11-4 scoreline.
I mean, that's really demoralizing for LDLC, because I'm not sure if their A players knew how do you just die to 2 CZs like that on an upper push. So, wow. I'm really kind of curious. You could tell LDLC is a little shocked at themselves because they don't know a lot about iBUYPOWER. They see him beat us in the SIVO and things like that, but they don't know a lot about him. I don't think expect to hit this hard. You see shox right there, really trying to drill home some ideas to his team, because they haven't been connecting. You can tell what they want to do. Some of these frags on CT side are tough. Skadoodle's taking big risks. It's hard to anti that, especially when you don't play a team like this a lot. So big pistol round right here.
Well, they came back from a worse scoreline on Inferno, and there's absolutely no reason why they can't do it again here on Dust 2. There goes the boost, so they can pop over the smoke for the short picks. This is very nice. So the team's picking up this play now. You can see without the X-ray, it's very hard to see what's going on through that smoke.
Yeah.
Makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
When we have the X-ray, it makes things quite easy to see what's happening. In comes the push now, up middle. Very quick push here, and it can't quite connect the shots, but now they come. iBUYPOWER with a quick 3 and a knife as well. That's money in the bank. A lot of money in the bank.
Wow.
Happy has to do something here. Coming in with the Glock, up middle, through the double doors. There's players on the left, on the right, in upper dark. This is certainly going to be difficult. 15 health. No heads to be popped for Happy. And that knife mixed in there, that's actually a really big deal, actually.
DaZeD should have died much faster. He missed the first 5 or 6 shot on the guy running through door. Honestly, I thought he was going to get a double kill in a much cleaner fashion. Ends up still getting the double kill, that is awful for LDLC, because they had the quick pick, they had the man advantage.
I think they're going to go for that play where they get the bomb down and go for the short plant.
So this is exactly what worked against us. They get off 4, they smoke off. They're going to smoke off the site. They're going to try to go for the plant, and they might even potentially jump through the smokes they throw and try to kill that guy, Goose, which will be Skadoodle.
Now let's see if they can execute. Here it comes. We know it's coming. iBUYPOWER likely has seen it before, but can they handle it? 2 quick frags there for iBUYPOWER. There's another one. NBK just barely gets the bomb down. They know that that's what was going on, but they are taking the kills. They haven't lost anybody yet. In comes the flank there. Some frags go the way of LDLC. They get 3 now. NBK actually taking down quite a few, and it is 2 left alive and the bomb down. So that's some great economic damage, a boost to LDLC's economy, but still perhaps...
Definitely wouldn't have been able to predict this if you asked me what this... iBUYPOWER be up 13-4, up 1 map in the best of 3 versus LDLC.
They essentially won 2 of those kind of as well. I mean, usually the longer a match goes on, you expect the more skilled team to do better and better. You know, that should come out, and LDLC have had no shortage of rounds to prove themselves. Yeah,
they don't know much about iBUYPOWER, and iBUYPOWER is bringing their full confidence into this game. LDLC's bought smokes. We'll see if they can make something happen. Their only real hope right now is to catch iBUYPOWER slipping, because if iBUYPOWER keeps playing the solid way they're playing, it looks like it's going to be an easy win.
And there it is, the spray down into the grinder. Swag, there it is, that eco picking up all the frags with AZK. And 14-4, LDLC are on the verge of losing this, going out to iBUYPOWER. This is not something anyone, I think, would have predicted. Anyone in their right mind would have predicted. But iBUYPOWER, they're living the dream at the moment.
Pushing up middle and lower B. Big pick there by SmithZz.
There it is, they're trying to get the counterplay and getting caught actually. Great presence up on middle for LDLC to catch those frags. It's a 4-2 now. AZK and Swag left alive behind the double doors. It's going to be very difficult without finding a quick pick. This retake is going to be very difficult indeed. They're going to have to go for a bit of a gamble. AZK is looking at that smoke very expectantly. Just watching in case they decide to push through it. But it is the rotation through, the swing through onto that B bomb site. That is going to be the call here for LDLC as they make their way in. We're going to see AZK in a very, very important round. Very important situation. Right, that's 2, that's 3, pulls out the pistol, but that's more than enough damage. Swag in a 1-on-1. And kioShiMa still able to keep things going now for LDLC. Has the bomb, 30 seconds, jumps across now. Swag hears the plant sound. And there's the fake though. Starting in between the doors, and he's going to get the 1-on-1. And look at Steel, he can't believe it.
Yeah, that was LDLC's round to lose there. Wow. I don't know. I mean, to win, I don't know how they could lose that is what I'm trying to say here. That was impressive of AZK to hold that angle, get those 3 kills like that. LDLC has no real arsenal right here. They got 3 CZs, a scout, and an AK.
They've pulled it off many times, but never necessarily in as much stakes or as much on the line as right now. And LDLC, they have to collect themselves. There is now no more lifelines. In they go now through middle, putting it all in, putting all the chips in. Here we go, iBUYPOWER with a good even-ish defense actually. In fact, it's not so even anymore. 4 versus 2. Skadoodle to try to even things up. NBK barely standing on 4 points of health as the retake does come in. Steel surprised. Happy takes him down. And it looks like LDLC pull out around, but they need 10 in a row to hit that overtime.
Yeah, this is where when you're LDLC, it's really hard in general to control your emotions. You see Happy's got a quick long spawn. They're dropping him that off. He's going to try, I guess, for probably a quick pick here at the corner. But overall, I mean, you just got to try to keep your emotions balanced here for LDLC and just make plays. You can't get too down or too up when you win a round, even if you start coming back. You got to stay really balanced.
balance is certainly very hard, and especially after the rounds that they've had to endure. And in iBUYPOWER go, they get flashed in. It's a good flash. It's going to give him a kill. Skadoodle finds SmithZz. Happy is returning, but in comes the player very close, very dangerous, very smart of Happy to back away. He's able to handle Steel. AZK pops up behind the crates, and shox puts him straight back where he came from. DaZeD coming in now as well, getting denied, and it's looking very good here for LDLC, but Swag can still put some damage in here. Goes for the flick, and shox will pick up the kill, and even going to leave the AWP there as Happy still has one.
All right, starting to get a little money back. iBUYPOWER going to probably save here, make sure they can get Skadoodle the big green. They got 9 rounds to work with here, so they're going to take their time.
What is a solid approach to this situation? A war of attrition, or what are you looking at as iBUYPOWER?
For iBUYPOWER, I think they're just trying to keep taking as many guns as they can. So they're probably just going to, in terms of the long scheme of things, try to make sure they maintain control of their money and give themselves the most basic, even chance to win the round as possible, and let them do what they've been doing the whole time, which is just simply hit shots.
And looks like it's a pretty clean series of pickups here for iBUYPOWER. Things looking very good. It's going to allow them to build that bank. As Steel is, that's Steel 7.
Yeah, and really, he's not worried about dying here. He wants to hopefully take a guy down with him. It's not a big deal. Okay, they lose. You might see iBUYPOWER take a chance here. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Skadoodle take a pick mid, but I don't know what his spawn is right here. Let's see. No, he's got more of a long spawn, so he's probably not going to go there. So they're probably gonna force LDLC to beat them rather than to let themselves slip. So you're probably gonna see the traditional iBUYPOWER setup here. They're gonna leave Steel big pit. They're gonna leave Skadoodle by the car. Now they're gonna have 2 people focused on the B. But actually, they're going for the early cat pick here. Skadoodle's bricks.
Let's see if they're able to get it. Oh wow, that's a great pick there from shox. DaZeD is able to return it, but that's going to win LDLC some pace up onto this A side. That's a brilliant pick there onto DaZeD. Frags going left and right. 3-on-2 now in favor of LDLC, as iBUYPOWER have been removed from the site, and looks like they might just want to try and... well, are they going to go for the retake here, or just... I think they should.
I honestly don't think they're going to... Well, I guess they are. I didn't think they needed to, but I guess they know maybe one's dinked.
That's a nice opening there onto kioShiMa. That's a 2-on-2 now, but the AWP is in pit. AZK's job is to deal with it. He does it. And here's the 1-on-1 between NBK. Oh, he's going to find the frag onto Swag. Still time, though. NBK only needs like 1 peek to pull this off. That's a great flush, actually. And he can go. Okay, he's going to go for the frag. And
yeah.
And they are both going to, or at least actually AZK is going to go down to the bomb. NBK survives. Very well played, but they managed to remove quite a few weapons there, at least.
Yeah, great play there by LDLC to not be too timid on Cat. Once they got that pick from shox, they know Skadoodle's there with somebody else, and most likely 1 long. So it's just that basic deep dust 2 spread, and they just took the Cat quick while they had the numbers.
So a lot of players into... Are they going to just do a dry Bree rush here? They're just straight in. Oh, no messing around here.
But this is where iBUYPOWER is ready for it. They're going to pop flash and retake quick.
kioShiMa, though, is just only 1 frag on the entry. It is madness here in this site as the dust settles. Who is going to be left up? It looks like it's LDLC, and shox just tracking the last guy down with the CZ, and LDLC picking up another one.
Yeah, that's we've fallen victim to that iBUYPOWER retake before, where they have everyone ready to run in ruthlessly, and they just have a pot flash come over. So that was a close. I mean, it's a good call by iBUYPOWER.
And the double up coming in indeed, as pointed out by Cadian. And DaZeD going to get boosted up onto short, and not much in the way of support, actually. So there is the boost over the smoke. That all very dangerous. Swag looking for that early pick. Oh, that's so close.
Good nade so there, though, still to take some damage off of shox.
There is DaZeD, does come up with 1 frag, goes for the re-peek, and it's going to be kioShiMa to even things up. Skadoodle whiffing a shot, very important there that he missed that for LDLC. That's going to give them some ground up on short should they want to take it.
This is home base, though, for Skadoodle. He likes being by that car. So let's see if LDLC could get the pick on him. Big kill by SmithZz there. That could potentially be the round win right there. iBUYPOWER might go for a save unless they have, unless they get a kill here shortly.
Happy can actually drop down and keep trying to find angles aggressively against this player. He's going to get the kill as well. AZK does go down. I do love that neither team is really showing like they're feeling intimidated.
Yeah. That's what you need to do. I mean, that's the awesome thing about Counter-Strike is things can happen. The whole game can change in 5 seconds, you know. And if you let yourself get too much in your own head and don't just play the way you know, you're going to find yourself slipping. And that's, I guess, where the champions are made, you know.
Right. It's composure is such a difficult thing. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's largely underestimated how much of a skill it is in of itself to just maintain composure.
Yeah.
And so far we're seeing both teams actually maintaining composure quite well. LDLC are stringing a lot of rounds together. 3 AWPs for LDLC. SmithZz already picks up a kill onto Swag.
Big frag right there.
That's actually amazing because they switch out one of the AWPs as well.
But Skadoodle's pushed off the catwalk here. He could easily even things up here, depending on how loose LDLC decides to play it.
And a bit of presence in dark. They still got lots to work with. They haven't got short at the moment, though. That's a little bit annoying for LDLC. As without short, it's hard for them to know how fast iBUYPOWER can be on the flank if they go for a B. And it's hard to know exactly.
So I like what LDLC's setting up here. They're going to set up the standard A crunch. They know Steel's big pit. They're going to try to get that long control. shox again. Great peek there on Skadoodle, taking him out. Not nose days in the sight, though. This could still be good for iBUYPOWER if they run off Cat early. Steel gets the long guy.
3 on 3 now. And DaZeD is actually repositioned as LDLC decide to hit. Oh, they're going to go through middle. And it's going to be a one-on-one in the end. And one that AZK can't pick up. He did take 1 frag down already, though that's the 2-on-2 as the bomb's about to go down on the B site. This could all end here for LDLC. Steel and DaZeD versus NBK and kioShiMa in this afterplant. They got the synchronization, coordination coming in from upper dark outside the site as in go the grenades. DaZeD makes his way in. NBK, very good angle. Oh, goes for the peak, turns at the last second because of the flash.
Gets a tunnel kill though.
And it's a 1-on-2 Steel. Gets 1, but 8 health left. Limited time NBK. Waiting patiently. Perfect stuff here from NBK. Oh, he almost goes down as well. NBK barely takes. There was 6 health left. And LDLC, 4 rounds to go.
That was great play there. I don't think even if Steel killed him, I don't think he would have time, huh?
Yeah, it would have been. No, I don't think so. It was close, but I think you're right.
Wow. This is fun to watch.
This is insane. LDLC 11, big comeback streak from them. Oh, what a pick found by Happy through the smoke. That's really gonna boost them. As shox is trying to find himself some damage into the middle, and this is a big gamble here from. Oh, that's such a big gamble from iBUYPOWER. They've left not just B but middle completely open.
And see, this is the time you do it though. You have about 2 rounds you can gamble with until you're pretty much at match point again. They know LDLC likes catwalk. shox is taking it again. They got no op though on A. They're gonna fake it and go out mid. This looks like it's gonna work pretty easily for LDLC here if they just keep progressing.
At what point do iBUYPOWER realize, if at all, until the bomb goes down? It's like.
I mean, they should hear some of those nades from across the map. You kind of hear a little pop.
How's their money right now? Are they planning for? Oh, are they planning for the save or nothing? I mean, was that the idea all along? Just say, okay, if it's A, we'll defend. If not, we'll just save. Is that what they're thinking, or are they going to go for this retake?
Yeah, no, I think they're going
to
save.
Yeah, okay.
Because, like I said, they have the couple round pillowing. They're going to take that gamble.
Yeah,
you might even see them do it again next round. They might play 4A again next round. Start out with an early mid presence, take an op shot, smoke out the B tunnel, get someone back flat, leave them.
That's actually, that's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I like that. That's a nice little strategy there from iBUYPOWER, and a very smart way to try to handle their problems that they have on the money. I mean, it's a very interesting way to do it. And iBUYPOWER still ahead by 3 rounds, but stuff's starting to get a little bit scary every single time. For like, what, 10 rounds in a row or something to that effect, LDLC are hearing that match point sound at the start of every round. It's reminding them. It's reminding them that they can't set a foot wrong, that everybody's got to step up. Nobody can be complacent for the French side, or else it could all go south very quickly.
Looks like they might be doing another mid-B strat. They're gambling on iBUYPOWER holding strong at A here. Generally, you would normally see DaZeD rotating through the CT spawn right now, but he's not going to do it. This is really where Swag needs to shine right now.
And they're going to go in, and iBUYPOWER are going to have to hold on. It's going to be very difficult as the smoke's surely not to deter them. The flashes go in, and the push comes. LDLC losing 2 people to AZK and Swag. AZK with another one. Oh, he gets another. AZK with 3. Happy though. Going to be able to take down 1. It's a 1-on-2. Happy.
I think this is it.
He's got to save it for his team. And there it is. iBUYPOWER take it. They're going to go through. They eliminate LDLC in an insane semi-final. I would never have believed this.
I don't think they would have believed it if you'd asked them. I know they would have preferred to play Virtus.pro. That's what they said to me before this. They were like, wow, we just got to go balls to the walls. They did it.
If you would have told me that this would be happening, I would have slapped you. I would have slapped some sense into you and said, no, you're wrong.
Drunk.
This can never happen. But they've done it. And what a storyline. What a disappointment for LDLC. They looked like they're on top of the world.
As much as I love hating iBUYPOWER, you can't be too angry. They're showing America. They're putting America back on the map. They're showing that we can play with the best. So this is pretty awesome to see. It's going to be a tough game versus Fnatic in the next one, but wow.
I mean, so much heart went into that series from both sides.
Yeah.
The fact that LDLC held on so long on both maps, amazing stuff. So, guys, let's. Well, first of all, thanks for coming on to the casting desk. It was a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It's time to throw it to the analysts. So, Scoots, take it away.
Thank you, DDK, and nothing. Crazy. I mean, again, we got up, we got all ready. We thought it was actually going to be over much quicker, and then LDLC, excuse me, slowly started to creep back, and when we're like, oh no, we're going to go into overtime again. And iBUYPOWER got over the hump. They've made a grand final in Europe for the first time ever. Again, got to give a little, asterisk. 6 teams here. It's not like you're making the final of a major, but awesome play by them. Never been in the finals in Europe. Definitely playing with a very carefree kind of I don't give a crap attitude, and it's showing. Like they're winning the rounds when they have to. You go first. You go first.
Oh, okay. Well, first thing you should probably say is like props to the victors in this scenario. Yeah. This series was actually kind of like iBUYPOWER overcoming some of their demons overall. First map was like, okay, we're in position to win, but we look like we're going to lose over and over, and they finally get past it. In this particular scenario, I've seen that same scenario play out many times where they get this really big lead. This time, almost insurmountable. They were at the match point. But even then, they were letting enough go that actually iBUYPOWER, LDLC was probably 1 gun round from actually getting to overtime there. Yeah. That was almost they'd given it up. But they got past it again. Just like in the first map, they overcame it, where on day 1 they couldn't do that and they were giving up those maps. This time, they prevailed. They've got to a final, like a pretty legit final actually, crucially in Europe, like we said, where they'd had all those demons before. And then on the other side of the coin, LDLC today, wow, they looked so flat. Like actually, I can give them credit for the Inferno performance. They had a lot of guts. They came back. They tried to come back here, but overall, they weren't the LDLC who were dominating day 1. That team really did look like maybe the best team in the world. We were thinking they were unbeatable. This team here looked very mortal, and like iBUYPOWER could capitalize on that,
I mean, he meant one of the main points is iBUYPOWER definitely proved that they actually can beat good teams in Europe in a best-of-3 series. So we'll just see how that plays out tomorrow. And
we joked about it at breakfast the other day about calling it the iBUYPOWER curse, and you were like, don't you use that word. And then you joked about maybe the curse has been flipped, because C9 did not get out of groups, and now obviously iBUYPOWER is still in the tournament, rocking and rolling. Probably not truly the case, but again, kudos to them. And like you said, different LDLC today than yesterday, absolutely. That being said, that was only the first semifinal. We still have Virtus.pro versus Fnatic to find out who plays iBUYPOWER. So that being said, we're going to take a quick break, let the other two teams set up on stage. You guys get some food, get some drinks. We're going to do the same. We'll be right back. Well, right back for the last semifinals.